Hey guys, this is Tattoo Tony, and here we are exploring this crazy abandoned strangler school in the middle of a decaying ghost town-like city known as America's largest ghost town.
We're just learning tonight that authorities have identified the body found inside an abandoned school in Gary. The victim, a 17-year-old girl from Chicago. She had been strangled.
And also, I want to give a quick thank you to some people that have helped support the channel. Marilyn Barney, Chad Gustafson, Ryan Anderson, Eric Noltkamper, Crystal Boyd, Benjamin Fallon, Helen Grunow, and Tracy Villarreal have all made some donations, and that's what's going to be required to keep us moving forward with the channel and able to travel to locations and record. Each time I travel, though, I come back with tons of videos, so. And that is mainly due to what is happening with YouTube. It's really getting hard to... hopefully things will get corrected. I won't go on and on about that. I got a few new Patreon supporters, too. And I'm saving for the next trip. So anyways, this school was built in 1909. And it ceased operation as a regular high school in 1981. It then became a charter magnet school at some point and operated that way for 17 years until it closed in 2008 due to dilapidation and mold, severe mold problems, and they just didn't have the money here to keep this up.
Eyewitness News reporter Sarah Schultes joining us live from Northwest Indiana with the latest now on this murder investigation. Sarah.
Well, Alan, Kamita Richardson was 17 years old. A family spokesperson tells us that she came to Gary sometime over the weekend with a family member. She had not been seen for a couple days until her body was found Tuesday night in one of Gary's many abandoned buildings. Gary's Emerson School was once listed on the National Register for Historic Places.
So yeah, this place was listed on the National Register of Historic Places. As I said, it was built in 1909. It was designed by architect William Mittner, who became well known across the country for designing schools. He actually started in my home city of St. Louis designing schools, many of which I've explored on this channel.
Abandoned structures, they serve as an opportunity to cover or really to conceal a crime. And the crime may not have occurred here, but to the extent that they facilitate concealing the crime, it's a problem.
It was a huge problem last year when Darren Dion Van was arrested for killing several women. All their bodies were found in abandoned buildings. Gary has 7,500 vacant residential properties and hundreds of commercial ones.
Kathy and Ron, that victim identified as 17-year-old Kanita L. Richardson, whose last known address was here in Hyde Park. The Lake County, Indiana coroner says that she was strangled. Her death ruled a homicide. Police say that Richardson was found dead last night in an abandoned high school on the east side of Gary after police received an anonymous call about a suspicious person inside that building. We're told neighbors have complained that the school, which closed in 2008, has not been secured and has been a magnet for crime. Police were not able to identify Richardson initially, had appealed to the public for help. Other than being strangled, police said initially there was only, quote, minor trauma to the body.
If you find some of the information about the school to be a little bit redundant from the first and second videos, please remember that there may be people watching this video for the first time that haven't seen the first and second parts. And also, if you haven't seen the first and second parts, man, go watch them because they're really fantastic. There's a lot of cool stuff in them. Unbelievable stuff. You'll love them. There was a box of old cups. In any case, the crazy thing I found interesting is that when this school opened, it was state-of-the-art. I mean, it opened in 1909 with an auditorium, gymnasium, pool, and even a zoo. The athletic facilities were considered advanced, and, you know, with the indoor swimming pool and upstairs running track. That tells you how prosperous this community was at one time. Gary, Indiana was founded as a company town by U.S. Steel, which still has a presence in the area, but the town has been crashing since the 70s. I talked to some really nice people in this town. Had some good conversations. Also talked to a guy, maybe in the next video I'll show you. Unfortunately, I couldn't point the camera at him the whole time because he was getting a little crazy and paranoid. He was high on crack cocaine. So look for that next video. It's funny and sad at the same time. It's really probably more sad, but the dude was just off the wall, and I'll try to find a way to explain some of the stuff, give a little backstory about what happened with that. So if you're new to the channel, you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe. And also, guys, hit the like button. Part of the reason is I've got 10,400 subscribers, and they don't even know that I'm putting up videos because YouTube is not notifying and suggesting my videos to my subscribers. I don't know what YouTube's doing. There's yet another pitchfork. Remember all the videos before this, how many gang symbols there were? There's a pitchfork all down that hallway. The staircases and railing looked very familiar to me, as did the kind of shape and design of the school. And then when I did some research, I realized the reason is because I've been in tons of schools designed by this architect. And while I'm not a architectural expert, I could probably point out his schools now by the layout. So it was starting to hit evening, and the sun was going to start going down here, so I would like to spend more time down here filming, and maybe missed some parts of the school, but I wasn't really sure about the neighborhood at the time, and I thought maybe it'd be best if we finished up and left before dark. You see all the broken glass in here. See all those smashed mirrors? Since this was a performing arts school, I think they were doing dance in this gymnasium. There's the raised track you see. I'd have to check and see. I haven't looked up to see what high school Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5 went to. I'm sure if it's abandoned now, I've been in it, and it may very well be. The street where their old house is now there's some unsmashed mirrors and some poles along them, and some lighting pointing down, some track lighting. Also, if you're a new Patreon supporter, you are added to the credits. Also, guys, stuff gets so hectic, I haven't updated my Patreon in a little bit. So please email me, each and every one of you. Email me your mailing address and name. I want to take care of it all at once and get postcards mailed out and prints mailed out and whatever it is I owe you. If you haven't received it, send me an email. Do it all this weekend so I can take care of it ASAP, please. That's a pretty decent piece of graffiti there. I like that. I kind of do these room pans sometimes just to show you, give you an idea how big the space is that I'm in. It takes Andrew in these low light areas quite a while sometimes to take a photograph, and so I'm not sure if he got to see this area. Those boards were all... This floor is really damaged over here, I'll just say that. This looks like it was a coach's office or athletic director, something like that. Some cabinets, there was a chair, a desk, a fan. I'd like to play basketball in a gym like this. Now you can really see how damaged the floor is, how wet it was. Very waterlogged. This is back in that first gymnasium. Andrew was in here taking photographs. Swag, and there's some stars next to it. You can see these smashed mirrors. This looked pretty cool. Look who it is. Did you hear me say, let's get the fuck out of here? Paradise, just jump out the window. You'll be fine. All those houses to your left, except for one, are abandoned. Found that on my way out.
This is a lot. Where was the girl's body found at? I don't know. Wow, look at that one.